Greetings, YouTube. Although I realize the word greetings is a positive, kind of affirming, loving word, and the nature of this video is really bad. So, as the maintenance finally just halted, you can see my alliance's result. We lost a war. Our BG only had like 2 deaths, but the other BGs, sometimes it's a struggle. Still really proud of my alliance overall. We've done well. But regardless, the emergency maintenance cost at least 3 people a chance to win the war. They sent me screenshots of their placement, basically, given the amount of deaths that they had versus the amount of deaths that their opponent had. The only thing that was going to keep them from the win was, of course, that final boss clear. And there were 3 different alliances, and as far as I know, 3 different ratings. One was Platinum, one was Gold 1, I think the other one was Gold 3, that were doing the exact same push at the exact same time to take down the final boss, 100% clear the map to finalize 100% clear of all of the battle groups when the emergency maintenance happened. And then, of course, by the time that you got back online, you can see that the Season 8 war is over. And it was well over because the maintenance was not just an emergency maintenance for 5 minutes, though that would still be catastrophic in some of these cases, but it lasted to the end of the duration of the war being over. Now, this has only happened a couple of times in as far as I know of Marvel Contest of Champions, where the maintenance has occurred right at the end of an alliance war that has cost at least 3 examples, though. Comment below and let me know if your alliance was affected, because this is just the 3 examples that were sent to me directly at the line app with screenshots, so it's not like they're just making excuses. I want to say off the top that maintenance did not cost my alliance the war. We just, flat out lost it in kills. Sometimes you just face a better opponent. No crying here. But for those of you that really waited until the last minute to push for whatever reason, maybe your boss killers were at work or needing to step away, and that was the last time that you had to push, I really feel bad for you. Now, here's the deal. Kabam, in the last several emergency maintenance, has not sent out a single in-game inbox message. And when I click on this, I do not see that there is a inbox message even apologizing, nevertheless having any sort of compensation. And keep in mind, years ago when I started playing this game, this really was before the Netmarble takeover, I saw and expected some form of compensation for even the slightest outage. And that was just something that Kabam did as a routine in order to say sorry for the inconvenience. They cared about their player base, but they had more to lose, right? I don't think this was nearly as big of a game. It certainly wasn't giving them as much of a revenue as it is now. So you would think on paper that they would be more inclined, not less inclined in 2019 to send out those in-game apologies with some sort of compensation. But in fact, it's been the opposite. It's almost like that they know that people are going to spend no matter what, that they are maybe going to put it on a forum post or, buried on their website, but not anything in the in-game box that every user will guarantee get to read when they log in. And it's bad when half the videos I make of this, it's not even like, hey, I don't even expect compensation. It's just nice to have an apology. But in this case, when you have people who are not only losing a chance at war, but it's during Season 8, which means that their war record could be determined, and ultimately whether or not they move up, especially by the end of the season, to a new tier. Just think about those that are trying to stay in Platinum or maybe make the push to Platinum. You can make this example for every war tier. Well, the difference between a win and a loss, we know at the end of a season, can be at times the difference between staying in the current placement of your war tier or dropping or rising. And we know now, at least I know now, of at least 3 alliances that took the L and had all of the attack bonus on their side because in their final push, they were denied the opportunity to do the fights because the maintenance, of course, kept them out during the last half an hour of their alliance war. Maybe even more than that. Maybe it was like 40 minutes for some alliances. So this is just a post to let you know, if you're really upset, that you are not the only person that was affected and you're not the only tier that was affected. So we'll see if Kabam listens, but I do think this is where the forums are really key. This is to say, Kabam, hey, we were up in kills, and we were pretty much guaranteed a war win, and we're pushing for whatever, and we got shut out, and now we lost. Put the screenshots that you sent me in the forum post to them directly and make them answer, because this is on them. And this could indeed affect the overall placement of your alliance at the end of the season. So it is time to use those digital screenshots, that digital data to your advantage, because we cannot, as a community, sit here and have alliances lose precious points and then a lot of times not even have Kabam acknowledge in the in-game inbox that it happened. Nevertheless, that it cost people precious rewards, etc. I think this is one of those times where the Pitchfork community is not unreasonable to expect not only an apology, but some sort of compensation, because this really does have a huge impact on some alliances' chance to finish where they want in Season 8. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I'm so sorry to everybody who messaged me with those horror stories about not being able to finish your last boss battles. There are going to be some people, of course, who comment and say, guess you shouldn't leave it to the last half hour. I don't like those comments because I don't think you should ever look at a timer and think it's fake. I think you should always be able to count on, in the perfect world, right, for that timer to actually mean something and for you to actually have the full amount of time left to complete your war. Not 30 minutes late, not 20 minutes late, but the entire duration of the timer. That's just my thoughts on it. That's my 2 cents. Thanks for watching, YouTube. Sorry about everything today. Otherwise, have a great Tuesday. Hope it gets better.